Hi guys, welcome and to your Fridays in your Max Allure Week. I'm Dr. Myrdalis Diaz Ramirez. I'm the creator of the Max Allure Mastermind, an exclusive mastermind for physician entrepreneurs, and also our podcast, Design Your Physician Life, where we teach your audience specific tips so that they can immediately use as they plan to retake and remain in control of their journeys as physicians. Today we're actually transmitting from Chicago. That's Chicago behind us. We've been traveling. We're here for David Ye and his lovely bride Xiao's wedding. He actually is the doctor who wrote the BC Doctor's Investment Guide. So we're very excited. We're going to be seeing him this weekend. And today is actually our wedding anniversary. I want to say hello to my husband and partner in crime, Tomas. It's been quite a few years since we've been married, and we came to celebrate a wedding and us, and we have other celebrations in our family too. My aunt's anniversary was 70 years of marriage this weekend. We do have to say that yesterday we had a very hard loss for our family. We lost a companion and friend, our dog Sancho, and I want to dedicate this episode to him and our kids because he has helped us have a wonderful time together, and I'll go with our Max Allure mastermind is really to help others achieve freedom so that they can enjoy the things they want in life. We love and enjoy our family, and Sancho will be always part of our family. So thank you, Sancho, and goodbye to Sancho. Yesterday, actually not yesterday, Monday, we presented the topic of the week, which is how to build a big empire, right, on real estate. And we do that through stories. On Tuesday, we had our Design Your Physician Life podcast, and we had precisely Dr. Elaine Stageberg sharing with us her amazing and inspirational story. So we want to invite you again to listen to that podcast. On Wednesday, we had a reflection and challenge for you. We reviewed on how mindset is a driving force when building a real estate strategy, and we challenge you to explore your mindset and identify possible thoughts that are limiting what you could accomplish. Yesterday, Thursday, we quoted Tony Robbins, and we actually were talking about how our capabilities reflect really the beliefs of who we are. So once again, in getting to the limiting beliefs, the things that we at times put in our road, ourselves, our minds create blocks from where we are to what we could achieve. And today, I want to share with you 3 stories of successful physicians who have achieved their financial freedom through real estate investments. They either coach on our Max Allure Mastermind, they have been on our podcast, or both. They have in common the fact that they are physicians with very diverse backgrounds. But they all have families inspiring them. They all wanted to control their destiny, and they all worked on the most important aspect that helped them build their real estate empire, which is their growth mindset. We will then review some of the most used strategies from the doctors that I know, the physicians that we've met, and give you some tips so that you can start designing your physician entrepreneur real estate life. I do have a disclaimer for you. I am in the beginnings of my real estate investment journey, so I cannot claim to be an expert in real estate. That is what our stories are for. However, I have worked a lot on developing my growth mindset, especially in the last 2 years, and that has really made a tremendous impact in my entrepreneurial pathway. And we're really starting our real estate investment career. So we want to invite you to learn more about these wonderful physicians who can truly really help you. And please remember to hashtag live if you're watching us, and hashtag replay so more people can benefit from the information I'm going to tell you. So let's just begin. We're going to first begin with obviously our Dr. Elaine Stageberg. She is the one that we featured in our latest Design Your Physician Life podcast episode that was released this week. And at a very young age, Dr. Stageberg was taking care of herself. She really never imagined that she would be a physician, and then much less a powerful real estate investor. And today, along with her husband and her company, she's managing over close to $200 million in assets, including a recent $30 million real estate investment fund with her company Black Swan Real Estate. From her story, you can see that she had different strategies, and it took some time to get where she is today. Like we want to be good physicians, so it takes a while for you to be a good real estate investor, but there's ways that you can jump ahead. And she started with single family homes, and then now she runs a company that's focused on multifamily syndications, real estate funds. She was young, she had no option but to fend for herself. She early learned that you must believe in yourself and seek help. So then she got very organized and she went for it, and that's what you can do yourself. I've heard her story more than once, and every time I listen to it, I really gain more admiration for Dr. Stageberg. So please go on and listen to that episode. She's the real thing. I don't want to mess up the episode for you, so I recommend that you go and listen to her story, because I hope that I get goosebumps, and I'm very proud of her, what she's accomplished. Our second story, actually, we had shared earlier on our earlier podcast, is from Dr. Miranda Phillips. She was acting as an ER doctor with different administrative hats. She was like the head of their helicopter service for the ER. She was in bed, sleeping only 2 hours in cold rooms, and she really wanted to be with her family, and she wanted really to regain control of the life that she has lost over that time. So she decided to take only one strategy. In her case, she paid for intense financial and real estate coaching, and she proceeded to invest in real estate syndications, first as a limited partner, and that's how she really got her financial independence. And now she's general partner at her company with multiple deals, and she has a portfolio also of over $200 million. And her why was very clear to her, and she sought intensive coaching, and she was very disciplined, and it also takes that growth mindset that we've been talking about. It's really the constant through these stories. Now our third story includes a couple of physicians who found the book Rich Dad Poor Dad right before they were set to purchase their home. These are Dr. Kenji Asakura and Dr. Leticia Alto, and they all have also presented on our podcast, and been Dr. Asakura has been a coach in our mastermind, and today they teach everybody, every physician, right, how to do these strategies, how to apply them, not only for multifamily, which is what they started with, but also for short-term rentals. So they have built a significant portfolio, and now they're teaching a lot of people how to do this. So if you ask them what's the thing that has the most important ingredient to their success, is actually been training their mindset, and they actually invest a lot of their time and resources every year in their growth mindset, and this has allowed them for amazing growth. So those are three stories. I want you to think about reaching out to these physicians' websites and the resources, because you can learn a lot from them. Let's now move on to some different types of real estate strategies. This isn't meant to be a complete list, but it will give you a flavor of what's available. There's some more type of active real estate where you're in charge of direct work, and some of them you have somebody who's experienced and they invest the money for you, and depending on the type of person you are, you might want to do one or the other. So one of the things that I really like that I learned about was house hacking, and hopefully that's what we're planning to do for our kids when they go to college. In house hacking, you are paying for a home, but at the same time you're renting part of the home, so that other person is giving you money that you're putting, and then that property is not only acquiring some value, which is what people think all the time, but also as a property you can also charge for depreciation. That's the train. Yeah, the train in Chicago here. Another strategy is single family homes. So that's like having these homes, you have a single family and you rent those homes. There's multifamily homes, and then we talk about doors. How many doors do you have? So multifamily, they come in duplex, which is 2 doors, triplex. So you have 2, 3, 4, and then you go up to over 100 doors you can have in multifamily home. A strategy that's very good for physicians. We see tons of our friends applying these strategies, the short-term rentals. Those are the homes that you see like on Airbnb, and they can really do well in this type, especially during COVID. A lot of them did well because we didn't have that tourists, traveling, so people really stayed around and they wanted to move into different homes for a short period of time, so that's what they did. Commercial real estate has also been used successfully by many of our physicians. Mobile home, RV parks, and syndications. So syndications are where you get a lot of people to really get a high value property, like when we're talking about this 100 door multifamily. And then you can either be like what's called a limited partner, where you just give your money to someone experienced, like you've vetted them, you've done your due diligence, and you know that they have success in the past. Although we know that previous success doesn't guarantee future success in this case, but obviously you want somebody who has done this before. And as a limited partner, you give them some amount of money depending on if you qualify or not, and then they'll do the real estate investments for you. As a general partner, you would be in charge of those syndications and those investments. So you can start as a limited partner, test the waters, learn about it, and then become a general partner later and have your own company where you look for the investments and then you bring partners to you. All these things are things that can be learned. It takes time. We recommend that you really get teaching the same way that we learn to do medicine in many ways, different specialties. All these have their own specialty. So we recommend coaching. That's really a good way. And all of our stories here, the doctors who've been on these stories, they have all gotten coaching, and that's how they are so far ahead. So things that you can start doing today to build your real estate empire, inspired especially by our special guest, Dr. Elaine Stageberg. Number one, believe that you can do it, especially if you're already a physician. As they've said, this is, not, as I say, it's not rocket science, but we can do rocket science too anyways. So first, believe that you can do it. Then after that, learn how to do it. So there's a lot of help. There's courses and coaching, especially catered towards physicians by physicians. So I invite you to explore those. After that, you will have to find out if you're a qualified investor so you can learn what type of strategies you can begin to use. And then once you have identified that, choose one investment strategy, study it, and then make an investment plan for that. Prepare for bumps along the road, but don't fear success, because things can happen, but the more prepared that you are before you go, the better. But don't wait until perfection. That might not come, so always execute. That's what they tell you. You won't really know what you're doing until you really do it. And it's kind of see one, do one, teach one, but with close coaching to you. And I hope this is useful information. I'm going back with my family to check out Chicago. We just arrived. And stay tuned for more of our Design Your Physician Life podcast. I don't want to ruin your the last episode that we had, so go ahead. Please visit our podcast and listen to it. Give us 5 stars, share with your family and friends, and also visit our website, maxallure.com. That is maxallure.com. Tell us what you think. #replay, #live. And then I hope that you guys have a great weekend. There's the train going on again. And we'll see you next week. Bye.